North Korea launched an intercontinental ballistic missile this week, its first missile test in 2 months. The discussion in media has focused on North Korea's ability to strike the United States. But South Korea is also a key part of the crisis, and it would bear the brunt of a North Korean attack. South Korea has developed a political strategy, as well as a military strategy to respond to an attack should diplomacy fail. South Korea's primary objective is to protect itself from any threat, including a conventional or nuclear attack by North Korea. To achieve this, the South has developed a three-pronged political strategy. First, international sanctions could deter the North from pursuing its nuclear program. Sanctions have produced few measurable results in the past. After the latest missile test, the South Korean Prime Minister said his country would work with the international community to implement stronger sanctions against the North. The United Nations Security Council meeting scheduled for November 30th. Second, South Korea has used the Inter-Korean Exchange and Cooperation Program to encourage North Korea to avoid activities that could pose a threat to Seoul. Through this program, a series of significant events took place in the Korean peninsula, including economic projects. The program has grown significantly over the years. Trade has also increased. But after North Korea stepped up its weapons testing in 2016, South Korea suspended some projects and imposed economic sanctions. This strategy thus has also failed to convince North Korea to change its behavior. Earlier this month, Moon promised the North a bright future if it agreed to halt its nuclear program. Seoul has argued it can have access to South Korean investment and technical skills, as well as a high-income market and humanitarian aid. Reinstating all the elements of the Inter-Korean Exchange and Cooperation Program is one incentive it can offer the North. But if North Korea does not comply, the remaining benefits from these programs can be cut off. The third part of South Korea's strategy is to encourage greater Chinese involvement in finding a solution to the crisis. China is North Korea's largest trading partner, and though it has agreed to enforce the sanctions, there are reports of coal exports from North Korea and financial services. China has its own concerns about North Korea. It fears of a regime collapse that would result in a refugee crisis and an expanded U.S. military presence on the Chinese border. The weakness in this political strategy is that it doesn't prevent a third party such as the United States from launching a preemptive attack against North Korea, which would cause the North to retaliate against Seoul. This is exactly what the South fears might happen and wants to avoid at all costs. While South Korea reacted quickly to the strike, they have previously pleaded with the United States not to prematurely take military action against North Korea. Chairwoman of South Korea's ruling party, warned that the American president must consult with her government before any military action was taken against the North. The closer North Korea gets to a deliverable nuclear weapon, however, the more pressure the U.S. will be under to take preemptive action. Keeping the U.S. satisfied that diplomatic progress is being made is a tough task given the North's history, especially now that Washington fears that North Korean missiles can reach the United States, not just Seoul. South Korea also has a military strategy which involves three components. But it is a mostly defensive strategy. The first component of the military strategy is called the Kill Chain program. Kill Chain is the first pillar of the new, preemptive military strategy designed to meet North Korea's nuclear missile ambitions that was first referenced in a South Korean government strategy paper released late last year. It involves using satellite reconnaissance to identify when and where North Korea is manufacturing missiles and nuclear warheads, and a preemptive strike capability to destroy those facilities before they go operational. It is possible that U.S. military hardware and personnel would also participate. Another component of the South's military strategy is the Korean Air and Missile Defense Plan, which enables South Korea to track and destroy ballistic missiles mid-air. However, the technology behind missile defense systems is unproven. The final component of South Korea's military strategy is called Korea Massive Punishment and Retaliation, which, like Kill Chain, aims to destroy the North's ability to launch nuclear and conventional weapon attacks. But unlike Kill Chain, the focus is on eliminating the country's leadership, and the centers of government and the military would be destroyed. A number of things can go wrong with this military strategy. Intelligence and surveillance assets can fail to detect an attack. The time between the launch of a missile and when the missile reaches its target is short, forcing the military to make quick decisions. Although Kill Chain aims to destroy the North's ability to wage war, it is difficult to fully and accurately map out North Korea's military installations and launch sites, which leave South vulnerable. South Korea prefers a political solution to the North Korea problem. A war would leave its capital devastated and would inflict immense casualties. South Korea will have to live with the consequences of war, not the United States. Moreover, even the best planned military maneuvers succumb to the fog of war. But South Korea can't control all sides in this crisis. For a political solution to succeed, North Korea and the United States would also have to decide that this is the best end to the crisis.